Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, verse 23. Aham puratita bhave bhavam mune. Dasyastu kasyashchana vedavadinam. Nirupito balaka eva yoginam. Shusrushane pravrishinirvivikshatam.
Shushrusane pravashine
Aham puratita bhave bhavam mune.
Aham
puratita bhavam mune.
Dasyastu kasyaschana vedavadinam. Nirupito balaka eva yoginam. Shusrushane pravrishinirvivikshatam.
Shushrusane pravashine
Aham purata bhave bhavam mune.
Aham puratita bhave bhavam mune.
Dasyasta kasyaschana veda vyadhinam.
Dasyastu kasyaschana vedavadinam.
Nirupito balaka eva yoginam.
Nirupito balaka eva yoginam.
Susrukshane pravrishi nirvivikshatam.
Susrushane pravrishinirvivikshatam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charunaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms: Aham, I. Pura, formerly. Atita Bhave, in the previous millennium. Abhavam, became. Mune, O Muni. Dasya, of the maid servant. Tu, but. Kasyashchana, certain. Vedavadinam, of the followers of Vedanta. Nirupita, engaged. Balaka, boy servant. Eva, only. Yoginam, of the devotees. Shusrushane, in the service of. Pravrishi, during the 4 months of the rainy season.
During the 4 months of the rainy season.
Nirvivikshatam, living together. Translation, please repeat after me. O Muni, in the last millennium, I was born as the son of a certain maid servant.
In the last millennium, I was born as the son of a certain maid servant,
engaged in the service of Brahmanas, who were following the principles of Vedanta. When they were living together during the 4 months of the rainy season, I was engaged in their personal service. Purport.
Purport. The wonder of an atmosphere surcharged with devotional service to the Lord is briefly described herein by Sri Narad Muni. He was the son of the most insignificant parentage. He was not properly educated. Still, because his complete energy was engaged in the service of the Lord, he became an immortal sage. Such is the powerful action of devotional service. The living entities are the marginal energy of the Lord, and therefore they are meant for being properly utilized in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. When this is not done, one situation is called Maya. Therefore, the illusion of Maya is at once dissipated as soon as one's full energy is converted in the service of the Lord instead of insensate enjoyment. From the personal example of Sri Narad Muni in his previous birth, it is clear that the service of the Lord begins with the service of the Lord's bona fide servants. The Lord says that the service of his servants is greater than his personal service. Service of the devotee is more valuable than the service of the Lord. One should therefore choose a bona fide servant of the Lord, constantly engage in his service, accept such a servant as the spiritual master, and engage himself in the spiritual master's service. Such a spiritual master is the transparent medium by which to visualize the Lord, who is beyond the conception of the material senses. By service of the bona fide spiritual master, the Lord consents to reveal himself in proportion to the service rendered. Utilization of the human energy in the service of the Lord is the progressive path of salvation. The whole cosmic creation becomes at once identical with the Lord as soon as service in relation with the Lord is rendered under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. The expert spiritual master knows the art of utilizing everything to glorify the Lord, and therefore, under his guidance, the whole world can be turned into the spiritual abode by the divine grace of the Lord's servant.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pathaka Swamin Eti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradhayine Gaurakata Damadhaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangun Langai Tegirim Yatkripa Tamaham Mande Sri Gurum Denatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyameshwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. So this is the previous life history of Narad Muni. Narad Muni, he is explaining about his previous life to Vyasadeva. What was the previous life? The son of a maid servant. Just see. The son of a maid servant, Narad Muni. Maid servant means Sudrani, not born of a Brahmana family. Sudrani, that time Varnashrama Dharma was very much prevailing, and Sudrani means very low class, maid servant. So, from this position, Narad Muni became the greatest Muni. He is describing his own life. The most important point is that, first of all, he was a boy, 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years old boy, no knowledge. Prabhupada is writing in the, purport that not only is from the most insignificant parentage, okay, but also he was not educated. He was a small boy, okay. So he was not properly educated, 5-year-old. Second point is that he was not born in a very high grade family. That is another important point. Aristocratic family or rich family or a Brahmana family. No, none of them, because we know the criteria. But all these three are not there. Maid servant's son. He did not give any information of his father also. Okay. Dasya means there is no certainty who is father. Dasi, Dasi Putra, we say. So the formerly big men, especially the Kshatriyas, like when Vasudeva was married with Devaki, so with Devaki, many hundreds of maid servants were given. With Vasudeva, 200, I think. That is a system, especially among the Kshatriyas. When a Kshatriya king is married, then along with the queen, many girlfriends of the queen, they are also taken away along with the queen. She is not sent alone. So this is also a nice solution of social problem, because the time the women were majority in the society. The female population is always greater than the male population. So therefore the royal order, they would accept all these girls as associates, and sometimes they would be pregnant and there will be son. So they were called Dasi Putra. So they were not neglected. They were equally taken care of. But they were not heir to the throne. So only the married wife's son will become throne. We also see the Vidura. Vidura's birth was like that only. Vidura was not born of the queen, but maid servant. And Dhritarashtra, he took his birth, he took him as his brother. There was no discrimination because one is born of the maid servant. No, equal treatment was there. Only the restriction was that he would not inherit the throne. That is the system. So it appears that Narada Muni was not of that kind of Dasiputra, ordinary Dasiputra, because the such Dasi or the maid servant, they do not come out for common service. They remain within the palace, those Dasiputra and by the Kshatriyas. So the point is that Narad Muni in his previous life was not very recognized family, neither Brahmana nor nothing of that sort. Still he became next life the Narad Muni. And what is the cause? The cause is Nirupito Bhalaka Eva Yoginam. I was appointed a boy servant of the devotees. Boy servant of the devotees. That is the cause. The importance is that devotee is so important that if anyone renders a little service, then he becomes elevated to the spiritual life. Balaka. Balaka means he was a boy, maybe 5 years. You boy, bring me this, bring me that, do this, do that, just wash my clothes, or just set up my bedding. Like that, menial services. This much servant. Or wash this dish. So the devotional service is so powerful. By doing this to a Bhakti Vedanta, what happens you see? Simply by doing this little service to the Yogina, he was so blessed that next life he became Narad Muni. This point is very important point. Another point is that when one is situated, say Narad Muni, after this life, he became situated in his spiritual life. In the spiritual life, therefore he was able to go anywhere. Narada is traveling all over the universe, not only within this material world, in the spiritual world also. He goes to see Narayana in the spiritual world. So, this is the one point, that in spiritual life, one is free to move. There is no requisition of this aeroplane or anything. Even in this material world, those who are very highly elevated, that is the Shakti yogis, Siddhis, they live in the Siddhaloka. That is also described in second canto Srimad Bhagavatam. So Siddhaloka. Now Siddhaloka, the inhabitants of the Siddhaloka, they don't require any aeroplane. They can go anywhere, because Siddha means inhabitants in that planet. So they are all perfect in Ashtasiddhi Yoga, Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga we call. So by yogic perfection, one can travel in the space, just like Durvasa Muni, he traveled in the space when there was chasing by the Sudarshan Chakra. By his yogic power, he fled from one place to another place. He even entered the spiritual nature and saw Vishnu personally. Still, he was condemned. The Sudarshan Chakra was after him, chasing to cut his head. He tried to insult Ambarish Maharaj. That is the reason. Vaishnava. He wanted to kill Ambarish. Not only insult, but he wanted to kill him. A demon was immediately produced by his hair. That was the power of this yogi, Durvasa. The yogis can do that. Anima, Lagima, Prapti, so many siddhis. Whatever they like. Immediately he brought one demon from his hair. But Vaishnava, Maharaj Ambarish, he was neither yogi nor he could display any yogic perfection, but he was protected by Krishna, by the Sudarshan Chakra. This is a beauty. Every devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, in one of the class, Guru Maharaj said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't you see there is a Sudarshan Chakra above every devotee protecting him? This is the beauty. All ISKCON devotees are protected. Each devotee has a Sudarshan Chakra above his head to protect him. So why fear in performing devotional service? Don't do aparadh. Vaishnavas do not require to practice any yogic power to become materially powerful. He doesn't require. Simply his surrender to Krishna makes him all powerful. This is the position of a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas, they don't care for all this yogic power. They depend on Krishna only. Krishna is the Yogeshwara. He is the controller of all the yogis. He is mastered. Yatra Krishna, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. So if one takes shelter of the Yogeshwara Krishna, the master of all mystic power, why he should bother about this yogic power? So a poor man may try to earn money by hard labor. But one who is a very, very rich man's son, why should he labor? The father's money is sufficient enough. Similarly, a devotee is a sincere devotee. He is under the protection of Krishna. And under the protection of Krishna means under the protection of all 6 kinds of opulences. The riches, the strength, the reputation, wisdom, renunciation, beauty, all 6 opulences. So he need not labor for these things. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tatha. Bhagavad Gita. Because if you get somehow or other Krishna's favor, then there is no question of any more profit. Sufficient profit you got. You have got everything. Simply be sincere to the service of Krishna. That's all. Then you have got everything. Narad Muni is not a mystic yogi. He didn't get mystic perfection by serving this Bhakti Vedantas. But devotional service result is even beyond the Siddhi. That is a beauty. There is no need of trying for this or that. Yashmin sithe gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. If one is situated under the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, then gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. If there is dangerous type of inconvenience, then he is not disturbed. Just like Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, he was also threatened. There are many instances. Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad's father, was giving him trouble, chastising. He was patient, not disturbed at all. Just see. So be sure that if you have actually taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, there is no question of danger at all. No doubt about this. Kauteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna confirms that in Bhagavad Gita. My dear Arjuna, Kauteya, you declare to the world that my devotee will be never vanquished by any enemy. What else you want? That is Krishna's assurance. Supreme Personality of Godhead is giving you such a promise through his devotees. So, if Krishna's order is there, that is another thing. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna was ordered by Krishna, you fight. When Krishna says you fight, you must fight. Not that Krishna says you fight and you say, no, I have taken your shelter. Why I shall fight? That is not intelligent. That is not intelligent. That is disobedience. When Krishna says you fight, you must fight. Our life should be that whatever Krishna says, that is full surrender. His representative says, that is my life. Krishna or his representative. That is why Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeh kurunandana. We should be fixed up on the order of Krishna coming through the spiritual master. Then our life is successful. You cannot see Krishna face to face. That is the spiritual master, whom you can see face to face. This is the mercy of Krishna. That you are seeing Krishna's representative who act exactly how Krishna wants to act. Because Krishna is sending the spiritual master. Then our life is successful. So this is the secret of success in the spiritual life. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. This is assured. We have to please the spiritual master. And if he is pleased, then Krishna is pleased. The argument is that we don't see Krishna personally. How we can satisfy him? You satisfy your spiritual master. Then Krishna is pleased automatically. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. If you want to please directly Krishna and show your spiritual master nagati kutopi, it will be all useless. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya aprasada nagati kutopi. So this Narad Muni's history is very interesting. That he was not educated, a boy, and not coming from cultured family, maid servant's son. The only qualification was that Nirupito Balaka Eva Yogina. He was engaged as boy servant of the yogis. So, the service of the Lord begins with the service of the Lord's bona fide servants, spiritual master, al-sadhus. He was engaged as a boy servant. How he got this opportunity? Susrushane. Susrushane means in service. In the service. Because the service of the devotee is more valuable than the service of the Lord. So one should therefore choose a bona fide servant of the Lord first of all, and then constantly engage in his service. That's all. Your life is successful. Your life is immediately successful. And the bona fide servant of the Lord is a spiritual master, very clearly specified in the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Because saintly persons, mendicants, sannyasis, sadhus, spiritual master, their business is generally to travel. Of course, now, according to Srila Prabhupada, they are not asked to travel so much. They are asked to perform service from wherever they are. They can rest. Paramahamsa stage, no. When there are many disciples, workers, it is going on. Then he can take rest. Otherwise, it is a business of the sannyasi to travel generally. So these yogis, they were traveling all over the world. These Bhakti Vedantas, whom Narad Muni rendered service as a small boy of 5-year-old. Menial service for some time only, not lifelong he was serving them. Because they were travelers. They were traveling all over the world, all over the provinces. Their business is only traveling. But during rainy season, it's very difficult. So formally what happens, there was no aeroplane and all. So maybe, but they were not traveling in that. They were walking. These mendicants, these Bhakti Vedantas are walking, traveling. So for these 4 months, a rainy season, they used to take shelter at a nice place in a pilgrimage, and they wait for the rainy season to finish. Until the rainy season is finished, they would not go out. So that is called Chaturmasya. They observe Chaturmasya. This is the meaning of Chaturmasya. Narad Muni got this opportunity. Now you can calculate. This is knowledge. Then he had the opportunity to serve these yogis for 4 months only, not lifelong, you see. Only 4 months they were staying. After that, we don't know where they traveled across. Not more than that, only 4 months. and he became Narad Muni. Just understand how much powerful is the service to the Vaishnava, service to the devotees. Huh? Srimad Bhagavatam says, Kirata Hundara Pulinda Pulkasha. So, Yat Apasrayasraya. If anyone takes shelter of the devotee, that is called Asraya, Guru Asraya. You are all taken shelter of the devotee, the spiritual masters, like Jayapada Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. So you are all sheltered devotee. Anyone who takes shelter of the devotee, a devotee takes the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And if somebody else takes shelter of the lotus feet of the devotee, bona fide spiritual master, Shuddhyanti, becomes purified. So as soon as you take shelter of Krishna or his representative, especially a devotee, that is like our Guru Maharaj, you become purified. This is our Krishna consciousness movement, as Prabhupada introduced. And who becomes purified? Kirata Hunandra Pulinda Pulkasha Abira Subba. All the people who are less than Shudras, they are called Panchamas, fifth grade, not the Chaturvarna. It is a fifth Varna. First grade Brahmana, second grade Kshatriya, third grade Vaishya, fourth grade Shudra, and all others equal to animals. They are fifth grade. They are called Chandalas. The Chandalas, the sweeper, the cobbler, the low grade, the fifth grade persons. They eat meat, pigs, and sometimes cows also. Fifth grade. Now it has become a practice. He's a first grade man. So just see what was the business of the fifth grade man. That has become the business of the so-called politicians today. So if you are ruled by the fifth grade men, then how you can be happy? That is not possible. How there can be any social tranquility? But even the fifth grade man, he can be purified by Krishna consciousness movement. Therefore, there is great need of this movement. Because at the present moment, there is no first class men in the society. No first grade men, no second grade, no third grade. Kalo, Shudra Sambhava. Vyasadeva said, everybody is Shudra or lower than that. The topmost available personality in the Kali Yuga is Shudra, and anybody else is lower than Shudra. So this is the position. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada has established ISKCON all over the world in order to give them shelter through bona fide spiritual master. So those who have taken shelter, they are purified from such a low-born kind of attitude of animalistic nature, and they are purified. That shelter can be taken because Krishna's representative is canvassing these fools that please take to Hare Krishna movement, take to Krishna consciousness, please take shelter from the spiritual master. So one has to take shelter of the bona fide spiritual master, that's all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is to create this canvasser. Go everywhere. Amara Agnya Guru Hana Thara Ei Desh. Go everywhere and canvass the fools and rascals in the Pundara and Ambira and Kasa and make them take shelter of you. He sent Nityananda Prabhu, Haridasa Thakura to canvass. Please chant Hare Krishna. Please chant Hare Krishna. Please surrender to Krishna. Also, there was a crowd on the street. Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur saw. They asked, what is this crowd? No, there are two brothers, Jagai and Madai. Very troublesome. They are drunkards, women hunters, meat eaters. They create always trouble. So Nityananda Prabhu immediately decided, why not deliver this person first? This is the mercy. The most fallen gets the first mercy. That is a beauty. That is a beauty. Because the expert spiritual master knows. So, if my Lord's name will be glorified, if these rascals will chant Hare Krishna, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name will be glorified as Patita Pavana. Immediately Nityananda Prabhu thought, these guys are most fallen. If they chant the glories of Krishna, they chant the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my beloved Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name will be glorified. This is Nityananda Prabhu's thought. So this is the business of the disciple. How to glorify spiritual master? Parampara. I glorify my spiritual master. You glorify your spiritual master. If you simply do that, glorify, then Krishna is glorified automatically. That was a decision of Nityananda Prabhu, who is the guru of all gurus. Why not deliver these fallen souls first? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation is to deliver the fallen souls, Patita Pavana. So there is no scarcity of fallen souls in this age of Kali. Everybody is fallen. Such a huge ocean of fallen souls are available. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy in delivering all this. Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatara Mosama Patita Prabhu Napai Beara. Narottama Das Thakur is placing himself to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear Lord, your incarnation is to reclaim all these fallen souls, but I am the lowest of the fallen souls. So my claim is first. Kindly deliver me. Mosama Patita Prabhu Napai Beara. Your determination is to deliver the fallen. So I am the first class fallen. Please accept me. This is Narottama Das Thakur. So Kali Yuga, people are suffering. They are all fallen, all meat eaters, all drunkards, all 5th grade, 6th grade men. They are puffed up, but actually they are 5th and 6th and 10th grade men, not even gentlemen. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, no gentleman can live here. The society is so polluted. But there is option that bona fide spiritual master, when you take shelter, you are completely purified of these things. So under the guidance, the whole world can be turned into a spiritual abode. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that every devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can save one whole universe. This is the verdict of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Every devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can individually save one full universe. Just see. And here we have got the personal associate, the follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as our spiritual master, who alone can save the whole universe. You want to add anything?
Yeah, the last sentence
Yeah.
I want to read, because now very sweet pastime is starting, like how Narada Muni is explaining to his disciple Vyasadeva how he became a devotee. So when we hear somebody how they became a devotee, it becomes so pleasuresome. It becomes very, very pleasuresome for us to hear how they became a devotee, and we laugh at what we were and what we are today. And it's very, very pleasure. But here, every single hereafter, we will see gradually, everybody will tell. Now, Vyasadeva is telling how he became a devotee. Vyasadeva is telling that how he became a devotee by from Vedic system, he switched over into Bhagavata Dharma by the order of the spiritual master, instruction, guidance, and sweet conversations of his spiritual master. How he, from Vedic system, he entered into pure devotional service. Same way now, Narada Muni, it's like parampara. Narada Muni will tell now how he became a devotee. He will tell his whole story, and he's just starting the story. It's very interesting to see that how a small boy, a servant maid son, he doesn't know anything. Mother engaged him the 4 months in close association with this Bhaktivedantas, who gave him small services. So he used to be around and listen to them here and there. In this way, how wonderfully you will see that how transformation happens in anybody's heart just by association. But what kind of association? Here Prabhupada gives very nicely, but because anybody can claim to be God, anybody can be claimed to Guru. Somebody may claim as Acharya, somebody may claim as pure devotee, somebody may claim as I am Bhaktivedanta. It's not imitating a Bhaktivedanta. It is the best follower of the Bhaktivedanta. Prabhupada is called Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So in the followers of Srila Prabhupada, you have to see who is genuinely following in the Guru's footsteps and promoting and expanding the Guru's movement, unlimitedly expanding without deviating from the original principles of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. This is very, very important to project it as a devotional service and Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So having numbers is one thing, having genuine people who are interested in devotional service directly, this is very important. without any interest or any other ulterior motives. So here, the whole cosmic creation at once become identical with the Lord in the sense that it can become spiritual. As soon as the service and relationship with the Lord is rendered under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. It's very, very important. Many people are rendering service, even demigods are devotees. But are they guiding under the bona fide spiritual master and under the pure devotee who's a Gaudiya Vaishnava? How lucky we are. The expert spiritual master knows the art of utilizing everything. You may say that I know computers, I know programming. He will use it. The last sloka we saw that anything can be used in the service of Krishna. So you read thousands of books, you don't know how to practically apply. But Guru Maharaj can guide very nicely. He is expert in utilizing everything in the glorify the Lord. And therefore, under his guidance, the whole world can be turned into spiritual abode by the divine grace of the Lord's servant. How nice it is. Now we are starting nectarian pastime is yet to come. That is how Narada Muni, from there is a, we can say like it's embedded. First it is embedded. Thus, Vyasadeva starts telling that how he became a devotee, how he became a pure devotee. He already knows everything. He is an incarnation. But by the spark is kindled by the spiritual master. The spark of devotion is kindled by the spiritual master. Then already we are spirit soul, already we are servant of Krishna, but we have forgotten. The spiritual master kindles and blows and blows and blows, and then gradually we will come to the conscious level of Krishna. So then, now Narada Muni is telling, then we will see that how Parikshit Maharaj is, we will see how they all became devotees, how Jadabharta became devotee, how he became devotee, how everybody, Sukadeva Goswami, how he became devotee. Everybody will then tell how they became a devotee. So here we are seeing a beautiful pastime. Narada Muni is telling, beyond caste, creed, religion, background, education, nothing. He had never, sometimes I hear devotees saying that I am doing educated preaching only, I do youth preaching only. They will pick up Prabhupada targeted on youth. Prabhupada never targeted on anything. Prabhupada targeted on his spiritual master's instruction. That's all. And everything was sent automatically by the Supreme Lord, which the foolish person who is having so much confidence on his own intelligence, which is a product of matter. Intelligence is product of a matter. Mind, intelligence and ego are product of matter. So he is in the clutch of Maya. Because Maya's product is earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, everything is product of Maya. So that foolish person will think, say that Prabhupada very well planned. He went abroad in his old age, he targeted on that market. I saw one businessman, he is quoting Prabhupada and he is not a devotee, I think. He's totally a businessman. He wants to promote his own program and he will catch some famous people and he'll quote them. Sometimes we will bewilder. Oh, that person, he's a very great man and he spoke about Prabhupada. Excuse me, he wants to make himself more famous. That is why he's quoting Prabhupada. If he's quoting Prabhupada so much and why can't he take initiation? Why can't he chant 16 rounds? Why can't he come inside? Why he is quoting? Yes, because they want to become famous. He was quoting Prabhupada, saying that Prabhupada very well planned and he targeted the market. He knew that India it will not sell and he targeted the market in Western country, even completely bogus. Completely bogus. Prabhupada never had a such plan. Krishna's plan was the same plan and Guru Maharaj will reveal what is Krishna's plan. And his Guru revealed and he executed. Sincere disciple is the only main qualification he had. And it manifests so beautifully for a genuine, sincere servant, genuine, sincere disciple who is crying day and night to fulfill the Guru's instruction. It will manifest beautifully. Krishna will provide all kind of facility. So here we see that Narada Muni is explaining to his disciple how he became devotee. And in this purport, Prabhupada is quoting here, amazing. The expert spiritual master knows the art of utilizing everything to glorify the Lord. And therefore, under his guidance, the whole world can be turned into spiritual abode by the divine grace of the Lord's servant. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. As pure devotee spiritual master, we will yet to come. The show is yet to come by Guru Maharaj. The whole world will be turned into spiritual abode. We will be seeing, witnessing yet to come the sweet pastimes. So already we are seeing transformations and we'll see more.
Jai.
Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
All these are
Thank
past
you
tense
very
here.
much. So if there are any questions, comments, or realizations, please share with us.
There is a question.
Question from service to Guru Maharaj from Saurav Prabhu. I anticipate this may happen in future. Sometimes while approaching Guru Maharaj to serve, we may get some service of other devotees and it may end up in exploitation and us getting frustrated. Shall we be obstinate to serve only Guru Maharaj or considering it a path to Guru Maharaj, tolerate and wait for the sanction for service from Guru Maharaj? Okay, so there are two types of service that you can render to Guru Maharaj. One is called Vapu Seva, another is called Vani Seva. So Vapu Seva is to be done whenever there is opportunity to do, because this is physically when you are present with the Guru Maharaj, you can do Vapu Seva. Now, Matajis are not allowed to do physically Vapu Seva to the body of Guru Maharaj. This is not a right statement. Matajis and Prabhus are both are devotees and disciples. So sheltered devotees, sheltered disciples. So they both can do Vapu Seva. But how? When we chant Hare Krishna after taking shelter and when we commit violating the four regulative principles, it affects the body of Krishna. It affects the body of Guru Maharaj. So if we chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds without breaking the four regulative principle, then that is also Vapu Seva. So you can do Vapu Seva by not giving damage to Guru Maharaj and maintain Guru Maharaj's health physically by following four regulative principles. This is one thing. Another is Vani Seva. Vani Seva of Guru Maharaj is that you chant 16 rounds every day, follow strictly four regulative principles, worship Gaur Nitai, and preach, read Srila Prabhupada books, eat prasadam, and you preach, conduct one weekly program in your house. So this is the Vani Seva that you can do from anywhere. Okay. Now, apart from that, there are so many other services in the local temple and this and that. That is all right. All the services, is required to do whenever opportunity comes, only in order to capture the mood and vibration of Guru Maharaj and, dovetail ourselves to in the service of Guru. That is the ultimate goal. It is not that, okay, I will serve under this devotee, he will exploit me now, so I will deny him, or no offenses. Okay, nobody can exploit in the devotion service, because devotion service is something that either you do by following Vaidhi principles or regulative principles, or you do out of love spontaneously. But in both cases, you are having your free will to perform, not against free will, not forced against free will. So we cannot say it is exploiting. So I hope I answered your first question. Before we go to the second question, you want to add anything, please add.
So Father, you will say it may end up it. Yeah. So, of course, we should hear the instructions of Guru Maharaj. Then we will know what he is liking, what he is telling. So based on that, we can do. It depends on, we don't imitate. Based on the time, place, and circumstance, we do according to the instruction of Guru Maharaj. That is why little bit we get guidance. So here I told in Patna temple, Guru Maharaj allowed me. No, he didn't give me garlands, but he used to suddenly enter the kitchen and check. So who is serving, how we are serving. He used to just either out of affection and also just basically to have a look. Before he had stroke, he used to come. So he used to ask what we are doing, and he used to bless all of us and then go. But I got garland when I was driving the car. 2 times I got when I was trying to.
That is the second question.
Yeah.
I didn't got this is in context with the first question or second question.
Yeah. First, I'll tell you. Question from Service to Guru Maharaj. I anticipate this may happen in future sometime while approaching to Guru Maharaj to serve, may get some service of other devotees. And it may end up in exploitation and us getting frustrated. See, there is nothing, it is not exploitation. Sometimes if it is under Guru Maharaj, it is not exploitation. I'll tell you how. If you can see Guru Maharaj in that circle and any little service you're rendering, it is the positive side only. It is in the positive side only. Sometimes you see that some people, you take service from you and they are not connected anywhere, is dangerous. The senior most means in the parampara of Prabhupada, they are maybe connected using initiation, but they are not actually reporting or they are not bringing them into the circle like this. So, but if you see Guru Maharaj, if somebody else giving some service, you do this, even though it is a very simple service, we do it, it is on the positive side only. It will give benefit only. For example, I go to serve Guru Maharaj in his room. But the servants are telling, no, this plants here, they require watering and little gardening, and you remove all the dry leaves from here and you broom it. I will happily do it. I'll happily do it because certainly it is not exploitation. Maybe that service is given to that Prabhu and he has given it to me and I'm doing it. There is no problem. But ultimately, one must very intensely get attached to Guru Maharaj from within the heart. Not attached to the intermediary persons and very strongly believing that the servant of Guru Maharaj alone is the only shelter. If I put maska masala to him, or if I please him by buying him something, or by giving some money to him, I'll bribe and then I'll approach Guru. In this way, then that is not genuine. The Supreme Lord is situated within the heart. And he knows if a disciple is genuinely, affectionately attached to Guru Maharaj. This is very, very important. Service comes when Guru identifies you as his servant, then Guru will give you personal service. Till then, you just need to develop attachment to this particular pure devotee.
It is generally it's customary that when they come initially in order to serve Guru Maharaj, the secretaries around Guru Maharaj should test that whether he is coming with some ulterior motive, or he wants to become famous, or he wants some material benefit by serving Guru. You'll get material benefit with that. You know, there are so many things. That is it a clean slate that I want to serve Guru because he's my spiritual master, is going to save me and he's the one and I meant for serving him. You know, complete surrender is a different attitude. Initial stages, everybody doesn't come with that attitude. So they are given services like washing the clothes of Guru Maharaj or cleaning the environment where Guru Maharaj stays. So like that, lift cleaning and the vessels cleaning, and then Guru Maharaj servants service. You know, like that, the services are given. By doing these menial services, to check the consistency, that how long you will stick to that service. So when that service is consistently seen, that service will purify if any contamination in his heart, and it will make him qualified to serve Guru personally. So these are also service equally treated as a personal Vapuseva only. And after that, he will be allowed gradually to Guru Maharaj, and then he can serve. Okay, but if you come with a pure heart, and nobody can stop you, you know, the secretaries will not stop you. Not that, okay, you are a new, so you have to go through that, no rules and regulation. There is no norm. This is spontaneous. There are so many servants that who directly served Guru Maharaj. There are many servants who came to, first of all, clean the vessels and clean the environment and all these things, washing clothes and so on. There are servants who have been serving the servants of Guru Maharaj, and then gradually it takes a long time for them to move. So it all depends, you know. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Chaitanya Guru is there as Paramatma in the heart. So he knows that where to put you. You may have objective to, okay, I want to serve my Guru Maharaj. You come with that objective, absolutely no any problem. And Paramatma will see to that your desire will fulfill, but according to your level. Otherwise, what will happen? If such a polluted heart or not clean heart, not having understood the Guru Tattva, and you come near to Guru Maharaj, then you will start finding fault and defects, and you know, you interpret these activities as a material activities as yours. You will end up in committing offense when you come in the service of Guru. So Guru is not an ordinary person, and is nothing material in his deals, his speeches, his looks, his ways he behaves, he walks, everything is transcendental. The consciousness should be situated. It is not theory. Having a mental setup with the theoretical knowledge, I'll go and serve Guru, I'll end up commit offenses. So unless otherwise you imbibe the Guru Tattva in you, that this personality is not a human being like me. He is an extraordinary personality, not extraordinary, is a transcendental personality descended as a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot find any fault in Krishna. So if you find any fault in Guru, then you have already, violated the Nama Aparadh you have committed. So the third offense to the holy name of the Lord. So in order to protect ourselves, this kind of environment may prevail. That is by the mercy of Paramatma, mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that you are getting this environment. You must accept it, that when there is a frustration happening, that means you are not the right person to serve Guru Maharaj. That is the first point. If there is frustration in the approach of serving Guru Maharaj is happening, then you must understand, okay, you need more practice. You need more cleanse your heart. You need to more understand about Guru, then only you can approach Guru. Otherwise, even if you are allowed by hook or crook, you go and serve, you will end up in committing offense to Guru and you only will fall automatically. But these kind of frustrations are much better comparing to that, because it at least saves you from the greatest offense. So we must understand, okay, there is something wrong with me. I have to more, I have to develop more attraction towards Guru by knowing about him more, by listening to his lectures and so on. Try to get association through Vani. Vani Seva means one is hearing the Guru, whatever he speaks. Another is performing the instruction what Guru Maharaj has given.
Okay, so this is for the first question. I would like to answer only the second question.
Yeah.
Very nice question. Very nice, genuine, clear question. But either or question. Either or, but I'm saying and. You're using either or, but I'm saying and. What is this? So there is one portion you're telling about that how Guru Maharaj didn't offer me garland. When I was driving the car, he offered me garland. But of course, he was pleased when he saw me in Coimbatore temple in kitchen. He was very pleased and he gave blessing voluntarily, because we don't go in the front when the Abhishekam is going on or something, because the kitchen people are very busy in the kitchen. And then like that, then Guru Maharaj blessed me. It is true that Guru is very pleased to see his disciple serving the Lord. 100% true. There is no second thought about it. Certainly, Guru Maharaj is very pleased. What is that? Sri Vigrahadana Nityanana Sringara Tanmandira Marjanado. That is certainly Guru Maharaj's will. So your statement is perfect, where you said, what I conclude, that service is utmost important in devotional service, as it is will of Guru Maharaj. Whom you are serving, for what you are serving, you go and serve somebody else. It is itching somewhere, you are scratching somewhere. Not like that. You should see that really under the bona fide Guru Maharaj, that whatever temple you are serving or congregation, the person who are serving, they are connected to Guru Maharaj. That you should see properly. So perfect statement, Saurav, perfect statement. This is a kind of matured statement. At the same time, okay? One more is there. Us being dragged away by the love to see our Guru, this is sometimes who are around him, which tells us about our will. No, sorry. This is wrong, because you have not developed love for Guru, you cannot understand. A person who has developed love for Guru is a transcendental emotion. So we are not machines. We are not serving as a duty in the office for money. We are working in the office. We are working only for money. If we are working for social service, then it is for fame. Nobody in this world except mother a little bit works for love. Okay. So there are two kinds of people. One is who do service and doesn't get attached to Guru. They will fall from their Krishna consciousness, or there is possibility of falling from spiritual life. How? Because they have not grown in the roots. You see a big tree coming out, but it just didn't grow in the root. You put a seed of devotion, and the seed of devotion, the seed has to give its roots. So with very thin root, like a tomato plant or a chili plant, you take a plant. Plant is different from a tree. So before it gives a little bit root, immediately from outside, you will see nice manifestations. They'll come out and they'll do a lot of manifestations. It will produce, even start producing fruits also. But how long will the tomato plant stay in the earth? A big wind comes or a tractor comes, then immediately it is finished. This is one type that you start serving, and you think Guru will recognize me. This is one thing. Another is developing love for Guru in deep attachment and then serving. Then that is like the same Bhakti Lata beej is there, but they are growing in the roots. The root is growing. Like I can tell the best example of Srila Prabhupada and other Gaudiya Vaishnava sannyasis. There Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Guru Maharaj. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Guru Maharaj. He has many sannyasi disciples. He has grahastha disciples. He has brahmachari disciples. Vanaprastha is not much appreciated in Krishna consciousness. Not much. It's a danger zone a little bit. So very rare because there is no vana. There is no vana. So it is advised to stay in ashrama. So the sannyasi also will not completely travel and stay under the tree, but he will have a base. This is what Prabhupada created a structure. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur created a structure of institution. So here we see that the grahasthas were not much treated properly because they don't get much service, because they are busy with their grahastha ashrama duties. You should see what ashrama you are in. You should define your ashrama. So brahmachari will stay in the temple and he will serve, like we see that boys serving some sannyasis, serving various service in the temple, cleaning the vessels, arati, and service. This is brahmachari mentality, where one is not married but have gone into the ashrama of Guru and they are serving there full time. They are not taking up a job. So this is brahmachari. So the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had many brahmachari disciples. He also had sannyasi disciples. So the brahmachari disciples sometimes will serve the sannyasis, sometimes will serve Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, sometimes they'll serve the deities. In this way, everybody and Guru is very pleased with their activities. And sannyasis were also going and preaching. They were opening centers. In Bombay, they opened centers. Prabhupada helped them get a place. Prabhupada was a grahastha. He was not serving service. He heard a spiritual master when he was in college. He became very attached to this person. He never rendered much service, Prabhupada. You see his life with his Guru. Prabhupada life, Prabhupada's Acharya. See his life. He got service. He did service to Gaudiya Math. And he met, wherever he heard his Guru Maharaj is coming, he immediately ran there. He was in Allahabad. And he heard that Guru Maharaj is coming for Vrindavan Parikrama. So he was working, he was running his own pharmacy. He cannot take much leave. So he just took 2 days off, not the full parikrama, just to meet Guru Maharaj. And he took his younger-most son. One time he went alone, and next time he went with his younger son. And in this way, 2 times he met his Guru Maharaj in Vrindavan. And when he went to Vrindavan, everybody had a program, the mass program, and all the sannyasis. And Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he was giving lecture. And our Srila Prabhupada was sitting and listening, Abhaicharan Babu. And everybody was announced, we are all going to various temples for a parikrama, all of you get up and you join. And everybody got up and went behind that. Prabhus and sannyasis was organizing program under the direction of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But Prabhupada had gone there only 1 or 2 days. He doesn't want to leave the place. He doesn't want to separate from his spiritual master. He stayed there so only some sannyasis and brahmacharis were sitting. Most of the public is gone, grahasthas are gone. But Prabhupada was sitting there and listening. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has noticed it, and Prabhupada didn't know that. And next time, when after 1 year or something, Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to Allahabad, where Prabhupada had his Prayag pharmacy. And there, the local temple people know him because he helped a lot. He was helping. He was not a so service-oriented brahmachari kind of. Grahastha is a grahastha. He's supposed to take care of his duties in his ashrama. So he was just doing his duty as he's having his own business. He was helping the Gaudiya Math. He was not day in and day out leaving the family, wife and business and going there and among the brahmacharis and sube, same program of brahmachari I will follow. Not all that duplicity. Real execution of a natural life of a person. The intensity of the heart is known to the Supreme Lord, which need not be proven to any authority. The authority is Supreme Lord and pure devotees, and they will know if you are genuine. And he was not, even when I was cooking in the kitchen, I was not day in and day out cooking. When Guru Maharaj came, it was Rath Yatra, so I went to help. And once in a while, I go to cook. Once in a while. Not that, okay, Guru Maharaj give garland, so I'll cook every day, day in and day out. I'll leave my family, my husband. Like this, the brahmachari eats from a married lady's hand every day. Not good. Not good. There are various integrities in execution in Krishna consciousness in a temple. Various things has to be analyzed. So it was a festival. I was there. So that is one of the scenario where Guru Maharaj was pleased with service. Of course, he's pleased with service. But Prabhupada, and they recommended him for initiation. At the time that Prabhu, he started introducing Prabhupada, this is Abhay Charan Babu, he is having a Prayag pharmacy here and he's running a pharmacy business like that. Then he is a very good devotee. No, then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur stopped him. No, you need not tell, I already know him. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, I noticed him. He likes to hear nicely. He is interested in hearing. So immediately Prabhupada became so jubilant and happy. And he was thinking, oh, my Guru Maharaj noticed me. In Vrindavan, I was sitting when everybody went for parikrama. I didn't go, I was sitting with my Guru Maharaj. He noticed me. Prabhupada was so happy. So he grew in roots. Prabhupada grew in roots. He never grew immediately flourish, immediately show off, immediately so many output. Very dangerous. Anything you see, big output, big, nobody, they are not growing in the roots. An intense desire, intense attachment for Guru, and then you get initiated. Authority, you get authority. And then authoritatively you start preaching by the order of spiritual master, guidance of spiritual master. You see how it will flourish and nourish. You won't create patla devotees. You are a crooked person and you will create 100 crooked people and you'll create a disturbance in the society of Krishna consciousness. Not like that. Not many numbers. You see, even dogs and cats, so many reproduction is happening. That is not the way. There is a formal methodology of surrendering to spiritual master. We see in Prabhupada's life how Prabhupada grew in roots. You put a seed, the seed gets nourished by attachment to Guru, a deep attachment to Guru. The seed gets nourished. And then when the leaf comes out, it will be a tree, like mango tree, not like a tomato plant. The tomato plant, immediate result, immediate use, immediate and immediate death. But this tree, Trunadapi Suni Chena, Taror, Riva Sahisuna, Taror can sahisfy. But small plant, it cannot tolerate when a big wind comes. But when we become deep attachment to Guru, why am I chanting? Not because other devotees are chanting, I have a competitive mentality, I will chant louder than the other devotee, my chanting is better, so I want to show off, so I'm coming in Zoom and shouting. Not like that. No. I love my Guru. And any deviation I do in my Krishna conscious life, in anywhere nobody is watching also, it will affect my dear spiritual master. Already his limbs are very subtle, soft. And now it will affect my spiritual master, whom I love deeply within my heart. I won't do it. How much ever in provoking situation comes, how much ever provoking for meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication comes, I will throw it away because I have grown in my roots. So, the first point which you are saying certainly will please Guru Maharaj. True. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to start rendering service. That is simple. But it is offensive to say that as being dragged away by love and to see our Guru sometimes who are around him. Yes, this is essential. This truthfulness, this sweetness has to be maintained because Prabhupada had that. Prabhupada ran whenever he heard his Guru Maharaj is coming somewhere nearby. He used to go there. Otherwise, it's not every day, day in and out of Gaudiya Math's topmost senior devotee, very famous devotee. Name, fame, glory in the devotees association will also allure you. Love of Guru is the supermost emotion. This is how Jatila and Kutila will blaspheme Radharani when she is running around Krishna. They will say rules and regulations has to be followed. You have a husband. But when there is a Supreme Lord, the Jiva will be attracted. This is the natural constitutional position. And the Jiva will naturally act. So developing deep attachment for Guru is the primary, if you see, if we compare this, and then out of that attachment, we get initiated. Out of that attachment, we start serving. Then it will be very strong like a tree and nothing can shake it. and the manifestation like Prabhupada did. The Gaudiya Math sannyasis were opening 64 Gaudiya Maths, calling Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur everywhere. And where are they? Where is the Gaudiya Math now? Where is it? How many people are going? Of course, they are all there. They are preserving some deities. How many of them are going? But Prabhupada grew with deep attachment to his guru. And then on the order of spiritual master, he executed. Then it manifested as ISKCON. You're seeing the output of Prabhupada now. Even when Prabhupada was there, you wouldn't have seen much. When will spiritual master give you personal instruction? Personal instruction will never be given to you unless otherwise you develop deep attachment. He will always ask you to carry out only common instructions, like what you are telling. So anybody who is getting dragged away by love is a natural, it is absolute truth. It is not a personal sentimental affection. Like, for example, you may have affection with some foolish rascal or some girl. A girl may have attraction towards some boy, and when the boy is coming, okay, Sunday, you tell that you have tuition and you come out and we'll go there and we'll just spend some time. And the girl is running away for telling lie to the parents. It's a cheap. We know only that cheap lust, greed, envy, and anger because we are conditioned. And we bring the supreme personality of Godhead and the pure devotee to the conditioned understanding of our love. You don't know love. You have not experienced it. So the original pure love, we have not experienced. And gradually the spirit soul is experiencing, and out of ecstasy, crazily it is running. The conditioned soul, you think anybody running, whomever you're referring here, you think of them, did they run behind anybody? Actress, Shah Rukh Khan is coming, did they run? For example, in Patna, somebody is running, maybe you take your sister or somebody XYZ is running crazily, and who are around Guru Maharaj? You see in their entire life, did they run behind anybody like that? Actresses, Modi is coming to Patna, did they run behind? They don't care. They didn't care. But now they are running within the original, bona fide, authorized spiritual master. This is the end result of Krishna Prema. You have to run behind Prema. You see that Yashoda is so much butter she is making. And day in and day out, she is making. But Krishna is in the forest putting, what do they say? Putting line to the girls, and they call Jalpa. We are saying Prajalpa, and spiritual world is called Jalpa, talking some sweet words, exchanging sweet words. You don't see him Herculean task performing. Indra will perform Herculean task. I'm a spirit soul, a minute particle. Unless otherwise I'm a Shakti Avesh avatar, I cannot perform Herculean task. I can perform menial services. And especially when I'm doing it in the order of my spiritual master, I'm doing it out of my love for my spiritual master. It will manifest and it will give result to many, many people without even any self-interest. It will be pure in nature, which is high class. That is totally high class. Another level it is. So one can choose the standard of service one wants to render. So we are asking you to nourish both, and especially we are asking you because you're new devotees and you will get the seed of devotion during your initiation. It is mentioned that one should not take initiation from a spiritual master unless otherwise the disciple has fallen in love with Guru. Don't take for formality, for liberation. I want to go to Goloka, so I will use as a visa. I will use him as an ATM machine to get mercy so that I can become famous. I will open center, so I want to get. You don't open center, you don't open banter. Unless otherwise Guru says. Your Guru says to be a grahastha and manage your family and preach Bhakti Vriksha, you'll do it. If your Guru says go and open a center, you'll go and open it. It is up to the Guru to decide when the disciple becomes his own, not prematurely. An uninitiated devotee, what he can do? An uninitiated devotee should develop attachment, deep attachment for spiritual master. And then, of course, render menial services. Only menial services.
If you become the property of Guru Maharaj in your heart and soul, then even if you are premature, Guru Maharaj will mature you.
Yeah.
And take
yes,
it.
Yes.
But even if you are matured, but you haven't that
love
and surrendering attitude to Guru, then even maturity may not even be used to be Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, Paramatma himself is not pleased when a pure devotee is missing in your heart. Your heart is Kali like before. Earlier you had Paramatma in your heart. Only two birds are sitting in the tree. The soul and the spirit, super soul. Only both of them are sitting from conditioned state, and you still want to remain the same and you want to render service directly to Krishna? No, even in spiritual world, you have to have spiritual master, and you should have a deep attachment and love for spiritual master. Otherwise, you're unqualified to enter Goloka. You're unqualified to enter Goloka. So in premature state, we want to be all in all. We want to set up an altar as a devotee, and we want to worship ourselves as a devotee, eradicating spiritual master. So kindly give. Your heart is filled with lust, greed, envy, and anger. Kindly give a corner to your spiritual master. No, why can't you love spiritual master? He's a pure devotee. We are seeing this is due to the wrong association, that we are wrongly thinking that anybody who is getting attachment for Guru is wrongly considered, like their own will, their own love, they are running behind like this. If somebody is thinking, it's very offensive. It's offensive to pure devotion. You have not understood. When you see Krishna in Goloka, you have to run crazy behind him. That is Madhurya Leela, Baba. Dasya, and then comes Sakya, and then comes this Vatsalya, then comes Madhurya. Madhurya devotees, you see, we are not comparing that. We are saying that your heart is filled with conditioned state. You're conditioning yourself. So break out. You have to do render service. At the same time, develop very, very, very deep attachment to Guru, and we are getting very little association from Guru. You are saying being dragged away by love to see our Guru. Sometimes hover around him. What? Only sometimes, Baba. You can serve 365 days, in which 10 days you are meeting Guru, 20 days meeting Guru. The 20 days you will become a jnani, and you will go on service, and you will not run around Guru. You are a fool. You are a fool. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi haya. Any enthusiasm for devotional service consistently comes from spiritual master. And just a speck of dust from the lotus feet of spiritual master is enough to make you a pure devotee, and your services will manifest for the welfare of everybody, and Krishna will be so pleased when out of love for your Guru you do. So both are required. You should follow. Both are not your will. You're a conditioned soul. You don't have interest in devotional service. You don't have interest in spiritual master love. So both has to be developed. And development for perfect devotional service will come from love for Guru. So the root cause for perfect devotional service is love for Guru. So love for Guru is a must. Affection for a pure devotee is essential. Is very essential. So we need not discuss about this much, because so sweet question you asked. This is the common question in ISKCON. Common question. One thing is, we see that why they are blaspheming the devotees who are running behind Guru is because they don't have love in the heart for Guru. Guru is not residing in the heart. What is residing if Guru is not there? Paramatma is already there. Without a pure devotee, Krishna will never enter your heart. Krishna will never enter your heart without a pure devotee. First, Acharya Parampara has to be established in the altar. Then you establish the deity. You want to offer anything to the Lord in the house. You are cooking. Without Acharya Parampara, Krishna will not accept one grain of rice. So our heart is an altar. Our heart is a temple. Acharya Parampara has to be there. Even if there is Acharya Parampara, if you don't offer through your Guru, Acharya Parampara will not accept. So the Parampara spiritual master has to be established in the altar and also within the heart. This is essential. Attachment to spiritual master is pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service, and it has to be encouraged. And after that, when somebody starts serving, it will be amazing result it will produce. They will serve. It will mature, it will mature, it will mature, it will mature, and then it will sprout. When it sprouts and when they start serving, then it will be on another level, not prematurely. So this is premature babies who are serving, and not running behind Guru, or premature babies. They will be dissolved and they will not have a birth. Initiation means, initiation, what is Diksha? Initiate means start. Initiation is the actual original starting of spiritual life. Before that, it is only practice. All of you are in practice period except Preeti Rupini Radhika. Other than Preeti Rupini Radhika, who got initiated. Initiate means start. Only her spiritual life is started in this entire group. Nobody else spiritual life is started yet. Initiation is the starting of spiritual life. That is why it is called initiation. Initiate, begin, to start with. So Guru gives Bhakti Lata Beach in the initiation. Guru gives the seed of devotion into the heart of the disciple. And then from that time, the disciple will start chanting 16 rounds. He will water that seed. Then it will grow into a tree. It will go into a creeper. And the creeper will reach Goloka. And the seed is given only during the formal initiation by the spiritual master. But before that, it is a practice period. And in that practice period, you don't develop love for that guru, but you are taking initiation only for formality. All your manifestation may be temporarily manifest very greatly, like in material world, and then it will vanish. It will not stay 10,000 years or forever. It will not stay. So there is no second thought. So you having importance to giving importance to devotional service is amazing. At the same time, developing love for Guru is primary importance. We will be seeing in Narada Muni's. Narada Muni didn't do Herculean tasks. He did menial service, this boy. He served very menial works. He didn't do great things he didn't do. He just washed the plates and only some 7-8 Bhakti Vedantas sitting and discussing for a month in Chaturmasya period. That's it. And nothing, he didn't do a extraordinary work after that great devotional service like Priyavrata, who excavated the earth and all. He didn't do that. Priyavrata and all are, of course, Satyavesh Avatar, king. We are not kings. You should understand, I'm Gopi Bharta Padakamali or Dasa Anudasa. My spiritual master is my master. That Dasa Anudasa, no, that Anudasa, that whose Dasa am I? If you're Dasa of everybody, you will have 20 masters. You will have 40 masters. You have one master, spiritual master. And you develop affection and love for him. What is wrong? What is wrong in running behind Guru? Hardly you see him. You don't see him day in and day out. Even living in Mayapur, you cannot see him day in and day out. A very little association you are getting and you're devoid of it because your heart is like hard like stone. And you're not able to appreciate that affection a disciple is having for the Guru, which Prabhupada had for his Guru. Other sannyasis were there, same like what you're describing, getting garlands and this and that. They were there. Where are they now? And where is Prabhupada now? You see that. You can understand. So both you say, you will follow only Guru Maharaj's will, and Guru Maharaj is advising us on Bhagavatam. Guru Maharaj's will is we read Bhagavatam, understand and execute. And Srimad Bhagavatam says that you should develop attachment for Guru. Every sloka. Even in this sloka, which we saw now, this purport says this. Yeah. Take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. By service to the spiritual master. How will you serve? You out of love you serve, not out of duty.
Even though Vyasadeva knows the solution, he took the spiritual master shelter.
Yeah.
He carried out this. He wanted to carry out this task only.
No, he is telling that only. The task oriented he is telling. Running behind Guru Maharaj is not very much appreciated wherever he is love. That carried away by love who were around him. This is offensive to comment on them because you don't have it. You don't have Krishna Prema. You'll become like Jadila and Kutila, always comments on all the gopis running around Krishna. So gradually this will become like a cancer. We will start offending pure devotees who are running behind spiritual master, who are developing love for spiritual master. Will gradually, so you should cut off this mentality now. It is not good. It is not good. So your attitude for service is amazing. Sorry. Your attitude for service, I don't know what. Your attitude for service is very good. That, 1 second, it has stopped sharing. So attitude for service is amazing. Amazing. At the same time, offense should be removed. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry, we went a long time, but it's an important discussion. Hereafter, in this pastime, we will hear similar, how Narada Muni became attached to the Bhaktivedantas. They gave, of course, initiation to him. Then he was able to see Supreme Lord face to face. Then become attached to a person, pure devotee, and we are loving Amitu Kangala, Krishna Krishna Boli, Taitava Pache Pache, O He Vaishnava Thakur, Dayare Saha, Yedase Karuna Kori. So kindly read the songs. I advise you to read songs. One is that Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakti Sadma. We may sing that every day, you may by heart, but I want you to read the meaning. Please read the meaning of that song, not like singing like that parrot without knowing the meaning. There is no transformation of the heart. So kindly sing the song hereafter with the understanding. Same way, Vaishnava, O He Vaishnava Thakur Dayare Sahar. These two songs, kindly read the translation and try to understand the meaning and accept the meaning. This is very important. Yes. Thank you very much.
So I'm sorry to keep you waiting because I want to add just 2 points. Number one is that for your second question, you look at Vyasadeva. He has been serving and serving and serving. So much interested, one-pointed attention. There's a proper and perfect service he has rendered by writing so much of literatures, distributing the knowledge for the future of the people by envisioning them, their condition very perfectly. There was nothing wrong in his vision. There was nothing wrong in his thoughts. There was nothing wrong in his compassion. There was nothing wrong in his knowledge. Everything was complete in its shape, and he put a lot of time and he has put a lot of efforts, and he created a great Herculean task, a solution to the whole population of the Kali Yuga. And then finally he found himself unsatisfied, incomplete, and he felt a very lamenting situation. He was not feeling happy about the work he has done. That is because the coming close to the spiritual master was missing. And as soon as he remembered Narad Muni and he came close to Narad Muni, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangara, Narad Muni did not spend years together with Vyasadeva. Hardly few, maybe an hour or so, or less than an hour he has spent with Vyasadeva. And he has just told, okay, you do this, that's all. Narad Muni has just given little association to this particular Vyasadeva. All the efforts that Vyasadeva put has been put aside, and he has given entirely new solution. It is not that Narad Muni said, oh, this disciple has put a lot of efforts, he has very worked hard, he has written so many Vedas and distributed, so let me not throw it, let me use it, otherwise he will become upset. No sentiment. Spiritual master tells very clearly, that is a Vayasa Tirtha, whatever you have done is you have wasted the time and energy of others and yours, and now they will take their nonsensical activities in the name of authority as Vedas because you said it. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Write on literature only with the glorification of Krishna. Write Bhagavatam. This thing is going to save the Kali Yuga. Whatever you have done till today is not going to save the Kali Yuga people. And that is true. We are seeing today. So this is the advantage of running behind Guru. So you can choose between whether you want to work hard, full life, and then that's going to be a waste. After putting full with complete knowledge, no error, nothing. But still, if Guru is missing, everything is waste. Every effort is waste. So all the devotional service we are performing is only to come to Guru and get attachment with Guru. There is no other purpose of the devotional service here on this material plane. It's only to bring ourselves more close to Guru and understand his sound and vibration and mood. That is the only purpose of performing, whether it is temple service, deity service, or your preaching service, or your cleaning service, or any youth service, you name it and you have got it. All the services are meant for you to only come close to Guru. And when you getting the Guru, surrender yourself unto him. Give yourself into him. That is the only purpose of all other service. You cannot choose between these two. What is the use of remaining here, writing so many literature like Vyasadeva, but not meeting Guru? Everything is spoiled. Your output is not going to save the people. It is Guru who is going to save. He has come here to save. We are not here to save. We are here to be saved. Just because we are becoming a bit Krishna consciousness doesn't mean that we can save others. That is impossible. If we can save others, why Guru comes? We ourselves need to be saved. So Guru comes. So those who understand that my efforts are not going to save, I have to only render service to Guru, then you serve anywhere, you will be rendering service to Guru. That is making more meaningful. So the purpose of all these particular tasks are to just meet Guru, come close to him. Whenever opportunity is there, come to him. That is a purpose. That will solve everything because he is the savior. Not our service is not going to save. Our services are contaminated, unacceptable services, because we are serving with material senses, material mind, material intelligence. Not transcendental body we have not yet developed. We are chanting Hare Krishna also with the material mouth, material tongue and material ear. Of course, it gets spiritualized, but then it is not yet spiritualized. We have not developed our spiritual body yet. So our service has no value unless otherwise we add Guru. So all the service is meant to come close to Guru. So running behind Guru is the ultimate stage actually. That is a prayojana in fact here. Running behind Guru is a prayojana. That's the ultimate stage. One need not be matured for that. Immaturely you can run behind Guru. He will mature you. On the other hand, in order to become maturity, you write like Vyasadeva for years together, sit and work here. That will not mature you. Again, he only has to come to mature you. Why not now? Why wait so long to get matured by his own association? If you get association now, get it. Run behind him. That will mature you automatically. That's very simple. Thank you very much. So, okay, so it's too late now. So no more questions. Now let us wind up and meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock with the chanting of the holy name followed by the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Bhagavat Satsang ki jai. Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Pavan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nithai Guru Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Thank you for your questions, Saurav. I like your questions. Like that, we have to gradually move forward, swiftly, not gradually. You are moving very fast. This is very appreciable.
It's useful for everybody. That is very nice. All his questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Can I close?